Good evening and welcome to today's presentation of Concordia University Chicago Athletics, the second in a series of 2 games here this weekend between the Cougars women's basketball team and the visiting regents of Rockford University. I'm Alex Campbell, joined tonight by Carter Gledhill. And Carter, a big night last night for the Cougars. They get their first W of the year behind very strong performances from guards Bailey Steinkamp and Tara Hastings.
And your big one is in your first win, you win 63-46. And you talk about the sophomore guard play. Bailey and Tara combined 39 points, 21 rebounds. That's the spark plug that this team's been waiting for. And with Bailey, she was out the first couple games this year, but you can see the contributions of having just another dynamic guard on your team and helping run the offense.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Rockford University Regents, at guard number 3, Nene Clark. At center, number 5, Dasani Hanna. At guard number 23, Shay Stevens. At guard number 24, Audrina Terhune. And at forward, number 32, Nev Yerk. And for the Cougars, number 2, Tara Hastings. Number 3, Jaylene Wade. Number 4, Michaela Ellis. Number 13, Bailey Steinkamp. And number 14, Mackenzie Strawlin, unchanged from last night. We're also going to see a little something special before tip-off for the only senior member of this Concordia team, number 10, Kayla McLeod, team manager, team captain off the court. But first, we will pause for the playing of the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
And as they introduce these starting lineups over the PA announcements, Carter, looking at how this game went yesterday, of Rockford's starting 5, 4 of them played single-digit minutes. Coach Taylor Stinson making a lot of changes, and probably the most impactful change he made was subbing in freshman center Dasani Hanna. So what do you think we can expect to see from the Regents, especially offensively, trying to get her the ball in this opening quarter?
Well, you add a center to your starting lineup for the reason you're trying to get more points in the paint. They only had 20 points yesterday, and that's where they were trying to attack. They're not a very good shooting team. They only shot under 30% from the field yesterday, 15% from behind the three-point arc. So they're going to try to pound it inside the paint a little bit more and get at some of the height lacks in the Concordia defense.
And to respond last night, we saw Coach Lauren Martin bring in freshman center Lauren Sala from River Forest, a local here. Her twin Kelly's on the roster as well. And Lauren had a really great game defensively coming off the bench and was really able to shut down Dasani Hanna. What did you like about Lauren's play last night? What really stood out to you about that performance?
Well, as a freshman, you want to come into your game, and the first time you play, you want to have a lot of energy and you want to play good on the defensive side. And that's one thing you can do, is go in there, make an impact, and do what's necessary for your team to succeed. And she did just that by shutting down that post area for the Cougars.
Last night, the Cougars win by 27 points. What kind of approach do you think they have tonight? You know, that was their first W of the year. How do they not get complacent and say, oh, this is a team we can beat? How do you keep up that same level of intensity and say, hey, we won by 27 last night, let's go for more tonight?
Well, it's senior night to start off, so you're going to be honoring one of your favorite players on the team with Caleb McLeod. But I think the other thing is, too, that offensive spark. That's what's most important. They were really looking for something. I thought at times they were playing 1-versus-5 basketball, and now they're playing real team basketball, dishing it out. Once you get people like Bailey and Tara in there, moving the ball around, creating more opportunities for your shots, that's where you're going to see yourself succeed and win more games.
The last time the Regents won here at Geisman was back in 2010, 11 years ago. And today, the Cougars will be looking to continue that streak. And as they announce here, number 10, Kayla McLeod, senior, hasn't played since her sophomore year, but has remained, as I mentioned, such a huge part of the team. And we will now turn it over to the PA for a brief pregame Senior Day presentation.
Other McLeods in the house is something special. From the day that I met Kayla, from today, she's grown so much from being a sophomore who was nervous to speak to me at first to a very confident young woman going into the next phase of her life. And I thank God that Concordia brought us together and all the cards aligned the way they are, because this team wouldn't be the team they are without her. She knows how much we love her. This whole day has been in honor of her, and she's just one of the most special young women I've ever had the honor to coach. So congratulations, Kayla. Thank you for everything from behalf of the staff, to your family, to your friends, and the team, who all love you dearly. We love you. Thank you.
Senior Kayla McLeod.
Awesome moment there for number 10, Kayla McLeod, here on Senior Day at Geisman Gymnasium. A member of the CUC family that will not soon be forgotten on or off the court.
You can see the emotion on her face. I know how much that means to Kayla, especially as a mentor to me and a friend. I've known Kayla for my 2 years I've been at Concordia, and she's been a huge part of everything you see here, digital content-wise. But Coach Martin summed it up. You don't know how much this team truly loves you, Kayla. They always will. And you can see it was an awesome moment for her to score that layup.
Well said, and we are underway here. Rockford controlling the opening tip. This is Nene Clark running the point, and taken away almost there by number 3, Jaylene Wade, starting back-to-back after missing the first couple games of the season. It was a low-scoring first half last night, and then in the third quarter, the Cougars really turned it on and pulled away. We'll have to see what each team looks to adjust differently, particularly the Regents after a 27-point loss last night. Shea Stevens. She'll drive, kicking. Clark down low. Here's Hannah, and a traveling violation going the other way. We saw a couple of those last night. Good defensive pressure applied there by number 14 in white, Mackenzie Strawlin.
But you can see already the Regents trying to get it into Hannah on the post right there. She bodied up the defender, and she was inside positioning, and so they're going to swing it to the wing and try to get it inside for her to score in the paint.
Steinkamp inside. Strawlin. Around now, driving now. This is Wade. Wade. Contact, no foul, but it is going to stay with the Cougars. Deflected out of play by the Regents. 12 on the shot clock.
And Jaylene Wade also coming back into the game. Second game of the season. She shot 36% from behind the three-point arc, so another spark plug for the Cougar offense they're happy to have back.
Inbound knocked away. It will still be Cougars' ball. That was number 24, Adrina Terhune, getting in the way of that pass. Michaela Ellis to inbound. Was looking for Hastings, isn't there. In for Wade, 10 to shoot. Wade watched by Nev Yerk. Screen from Strawlin. Still Wade, 3 to shoot, kicking out. Bailey Steinkamp's got to get the shot away and does. No good, but Jaylene Wade grabs the offensive board. Here's Strawlin. She'll try a 3. No good. Rebound. Again an offensive board. This time by Steinkamp. Jaylene Wade. Stripped of it, driving. Ball rolls out of play. It will stay with the Cougars yet again. A long possession here. And Carter, the Cougars just have to stay patient here. They can't, get frustrated if they missed a shot or two. Still have to try to make the most of this possession.
Yeah, they do. 2 offensive rebounds already, and I think the one thing is, too, Jaylene pulled it out and tried to get a better shot off on one of them.
Michaela Ellis lays it in. Nice positioning on the inbound pass, and number 4 has the first basket of the day. Ellis already showing signs of being a real difference maker. The transfer from Kentucky State had to redshirt there as a freshman due to an injury, but getting a chance now here at Concordia. Terhune looking to drive, kicking to the corner. This is Nene Clark. No good. Rebound by Ellis, and full speed ahead. Here comes Bailey Steinkamp. Steinkamp driving, trying to get the layup away. Good defense there played by Terhune. And she'll bring it away now for the Regents. Clark immediately going to that far corner again. She'll drive now. Clark into the lane. The layup is no good. Rebound. Fought for and a foul. Steinkamp went down. Fouls on number 5, Dasani Hannah. Her first. Team's first. And if Hannah gets in any sort of foul trouble, that would be an enormous blow for the Regents, given how important she was to the early success they had last night.
Well, you already seen the Cougars are coming out aggressive on the boards. 2 offensive rebounds. They're looking really good and crashing the board. So losing her would be detrimental, I think, to the Regents to trying to win again today.
Tara Hastings, corner 3 is good. Tara Hastings picks up where she left off last night. A triple from the corner on her first attempt of the game.
Slow start to the season for Hastings in the first 2 games, but come on since she's come home, I should say, to Geisman. So good to see Hastings finding her shooting stroke.
Driving, it was Clark. This is Yerk with a jumper, and it's good. And Nev Yerk has the first points of the game. The forward from Belvedere, Illinois, redshirt junior.
First basket of the season for her as well.
And the only returning player for this program. There's a handful of transfers on this team and a lot of freshmen. So Yerk, the one player with Rockford experience. I think that shot was deflected. Collected, still 20 to shoot, plenty of time. Strawlin backing down, and a 3-second violation called against the Cougars. It will be Regents' ball.
Part of the success you're seeing on the offensive board for the Cougars is their positioning when the shot's going up. Ellis on that one was able to wrap around the defender in Terhune and was able to get on the front side by the board, and that's why it was just an easy basket catch for her.
Shea Stevens handing off for Nev Yerk. Looking inside, and Hannah will look to go to work again. Not this time either. Ball deflected around, and Strawlin maybe learned a few things last night in that matchup and has played really good defense on the first 2 times they've squared up. That is Ellis off the glass, no good. Neither one of these are high-scoring teams. So far this season, the 2 lowest-scoring offenses in the NAC. As I mentioned last night, 63-46, a win for the Cougars. And, Carter, you get the feeling if either team gets to, say, 55 points today, they'll stand a very good chance as that's back-to-back jumpers for Nev Yerk.
Well, I think both teams, especially Rockford, made some adjustments after that bus ride they had back home, and you're starting to see it now. And at the same time, they didn't shoot as particularly well as you would have liked last night, but they've shot more consistent and well thought out shots already.
Nev Yerk getting a couple good looks. Here's Tara Hastings in the corner. Back to Steinkamp. 10 to shoot for the Cougars. Steinkamp, screen from Strawlin. Still Steinkamp, corner, and we've got a foul called. Foul's on number 23, Shea Stevens, her first, team second.
One thing to keep an eye on is Bailey Steinkamp. She's hobbling a little bit on that ankle, had some problems with it at the end of the game yesterday. So maybe she might have some limited minutes, but she can't sit out too long in that case because the Cougars do need her on the offensive side.
First 2 subs for the Cougars, number 12, Chloe Schaafsma, and number 34, Lauren Sela. That inbounds pass is knocked away, picked up by the Regents. Stevens has Terhune, but it's taken back away by Tara Hastings. Quickly back the other way to Steinkamp. Looking to get out of pressure there from Clark. Jaylene Wade resetting. Steinkamp back to Wade, 8 to shoot. Wade, screen from Sela. Wade into the lane, a lot of contact. No foul, and a travel committed by the Regents. I think that was Clark who got the rebound almost to her surprise and took a couple of steps. So a full shot clock now, 30 seconds, and the inbound for Tara Hastings. Steinkamp coming off 25 points last night. Schaafsma driving, looking to the far corner that hit the side of the backboard. It still found Hastings, though. Steinkamp backing down into the lane. Bailey Steinkamp still going. The floater is good. Persistence. And the finish with the swish. Bailey Steinkamp.
A little slow off the dribble, as you can see with that bummed ankle, but the shot is still there. And Steinkamp still with those moves and just floating it in for a nice basket.
Steinkamp missed the first 2 games of the season with an ankle injury. That's Shea Stevens driving. No good. Rebound by Jaylene Wade. Wade driving straight ahead. Bounce pass. Schaafsma off the glass and good and 1. Chloe Schaafsma will have a chance at a 3-point play. An incredibly quick offensive possession there. Fouls on number 32, Nev Yerk, her first, team's third.
And let's just look at how that played out. Jaylene Wade dribbling with her head up down the court, and she saw Schaafsma sitting on the block. That's why Jaylene Wade is so important to this offense, is she's able to have that court vision some of the other guards weren't able to have.
Free throw was no good, but still a nice basket through the contact there for Schaafsma. Terhune. Watch there by Wade. Inside, that's knocked away by Schaafsma. Throwing it ahead, Steinkamp running down the floor. Steinkamp spinning, kicking it out. Tara Hastings for 3. No good. Looked pretty good from where I'm sitting. Not quite on the mark. Terhune the other way, cutting past Steinkamp into the lane. The runner is no good. Rebound is loose, and Terhune gets her own offensive rebound. Clark. Into the lane. Kicking out. Terhune will try a 3 from the corner. I think that was partially blocked. Hannah picks it up. Outside, this is Yerk. She'll try another long jumper at the buzzer. No good. Shot clock violation. Cougars ball.
Shot clock violation.
Cougars playing with that high-intensity defense that we've been seeing the whole time. I think what else is, too, they're doing a really good job as well of just contesting shots. They're not allowing Rockford to have as many open shots as we saw at the beginning, and that's why Rockford's been scoreless for the past 2.5 minutes.
Schaafsma. She likes to try that baseline drive. Not there this time. Needs some help. Steinkamp. Has Sela inside. Jaylene Wade. Sela still inside. Working on the block. Sela, that's blocked by Dasani Hannah. And that was a competitive matchup last night between those two, and we're seeing that already here in the early stages of this one. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Cougars 9, Regents 4. Hannah goes to the block, and that is rejected by Lauren Sala. Got blocked at one end and gives it right back at the other. Yerk. Terhune. Shot clock running down. Terhune, long jumper, is off the mark. Rebound comes down, fought for. Dasani Hannah had it. Whistle goes, buzzer goes. And I think a foul has been called. Refs are going to talk it over.
I believe they're checking on. I think the foul might have been called before the shot clock violation.
We still haven't seen an indication of who it's on. There it is. Foul's on number 34, Lauren Sala, her first, team's first. Sorry for any technical difficulties we may have been experiencing. We were hearing that some people are having trouble getting the YouTube stream to work, but I've been assured that we are fully up and running. So thanks again for joining us. 2 seconds on the shot clock here. Inbound, denied again by Sala. 2 blocks on the same possession. The buzzer goes. Shot clock violation. Lauren Sala, 2 blocks already here in the first quarter after 2 in all of the game last night, making her defensive presence felt, the freshman.
Rockford's trying to go inside of the paint, and Sala's saying not today. She's doing a really good job with the blocks, and I think it's just that presence of the 6-foot freshman in the paint. It's just something vibrant on that side for the defense for the Cougars.
Wade kicking. Schaafsma, Steinkamp looking over for Hastings. Back for Bailey Steinkamp, and we've got another 3-second violation. And some chirping back and forth there between Dasani Hannah and Lauren Sala. I mentioned that was a competitive matchup. Smiles on their faces right now, still talking down the floor. We've seen a couple 3-second violations. We've seen a couple blocks. We've seen a couple fouls.
I think the one thing to point out, too, that's the second 3-second violation on Sala, so she's got to be careful and being aware of herself down there. You can't just camp in the paint. You got to be moving around because that's 2 times you just you turned the ball over without putting a shot up for your team.
And Sala's gone to the bench, replaced by Kayla Jackson, number 24, and I'm sure that's part of the conversation, Carter, that's being had right now over on the Cougars bench. Terhune, we've got another whistle. Foul's on number 24, Kayla Jackson, already her first, team second, and more pushing and shoving with Dasani Hannah there, it looked like. Shea Stevens into the lane, off the glass, no good. Rebound is loose, picked up by Hannah, turning off the glass, also no good, and a foul is called. It's Jackson again, her second foul in quick succession, the team's third.
Well, Jackson was brought in for one reason, and that was going to try to stop Hannah, but she just picked up 2 fouls, and you can see she's wondering why that was. I think she leaned into the body of Hannah a little bit too much on that one. Now that throws you in a loop if you're Coach Martin. You're bringing in Kate Johnson.
Johnson out of the floor, Hannah to the line. She is 4-4 from the line this season. 5'9" freshman from Rockford. And the first free throw is good. Always talk about the value of post players who can hit their foul shots.
Well, free throws are going to be important for the Regions today. They're one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the conference, so they're going to need all of them they can get if they're going to try to beat the Cougars.
Dasani Hannah hits both shots. 9-6. The Cougars lead. 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. Couple of minutes since a Cougars field goal. Back door goes Hastings. Inside, here's Kate Johnson spinning on the post. Can't get the roll. Rebound by Stevens.
Surprised Hastings pulled up there. She had a wide open layup, but she tried to kick it around. Not a bad shot, though, by Johnson.
The Regents are about to make 5 substitutions at once. It's a full line change for Rockford. We'll have to get the numbers on that in a second. Meanwhile, Michaela Ellis is back in for the Cougars. Now on the floor for Rockford are Nene Clark, Amber Kraus, Pamela Colmenares, Lamaya Maybane, and Kiara Stevens. So 5 changes there. Can they mix things up? That pass was knocked away by Colmenares, but it will still be Cougars ball. Ellis to inbound. We'll just go back for Hastings. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ellis squaring up here against Maybane. Ellis will drive. The runner, no good. Rebound by Colmenares.
Ellis is able to get that shot off because she's a lot stronger, and she had a height advantage on the guard guarding her, but just a fadeaway, I think that's what got her.
Colmenares for three, comes up short. Rebound there. Also no good on the putback. That was Stevens. Should say Kiara Stevens. 2 Stevens on this team for the Regents. Nice pass backdoor. Tara Hastings too strong off the glass. Kate Johnson back up. Contact, no call. Few of the fans here at Geisman don't like it.
Small but mighty these fan sections are here in Geisman.
And that's a steal by Shafsma. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Back looking for Hastings. That's taken away this time by Colmenares. A foul is called as Hastings will pick up her first and the team's 4th in the first quarter.
So going back to that last possession, I think everybody on the Concordia side wanted a foul because it looked like there was some contact up on the shot for Johnson. But on that one, I would have liked to seen Shasma go to the block again because on the defensive side, Rockford hasn't been too good in transition, so keep pushing tempo on them. You had your numbers.
Bailey Steinkamp in as both sides playing small ball now. Colmenares. Lamaya Maybane. Nene Clark. Kiara Stevens. She'll drive. Runner off the glass, no good. Rebound. Steinkamp got a hand to it. Secured by Jaylene Wade. 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Cross-court pass. Steinkamp, catch, shoot for 3. No good. Rebound by Maybane. Shot clock is off. Regents will slow it down and I assume hold for the final shot here in the first. They could have a chance to tie this game. That's exactly what Nene Clark's going to do. Has a double screen coming. Clark guarded by Ellis. Out, Stevens. 5 seconds all the way across. Colmenares driving the lane, puts up a runner, and 1! Pamela Colmenares took the contact, got the basket to go, and she'll have a chance at a 3-point play for a tie game here right at the end of the first. The foul is on number 13, Bailey Steinkamp, her first, team's 5th.
And that all started with Nene Clark. She had a really good job, court vision, keeping her eyes up, and she was just controlling it the whole time. She wasn't forcing anything into the paint. The play was designed for her to go there, but she pulled it out and was able to get a nice reverse pass.
Janie Turnus checks in, making sure that any rebound here is secured. The foul shot is good, and we are tied at 9. 2.4 seconds here. Rolled in by the Cougars. Jaylene Wade knows she's going to have to go fast as soon as she picks it up. Still not pressured. She'll let it roll. Here is Wade. Hastings heaves it at the buzzer. Oh, my, so close. Looked good, but at the end of 1, it's the Cougars 9, the Regents 9. Another low-scoring first quarter. Can either offense get it going in the second? We'll be right back after a short break.
JB, we all good?
Okay. Yeah, what happened there? Second quarter about to get underway. 9 apiece. Inbound here to Tara Hastings, and the Cougars' offense really cooled off Carter down the stretch of that first quarter. We'll have to see here early on in these first couple possessions if they can find their mojo again.
Yeah, they were doing a really good job at the beginning of the half, quality shots, and then it just seemed like the energy was taken out of them for some reason. I think it might have been when Sayla went to the bench.
She did seem to make an immediate impact. There was lots of buzz after those couple of blocks. A foul's going to be called here. Foul's on number 44, Pamela Colmenares, her first, team's first of the quarter.
She had a season-high 13 points last night for CUC and 6 for 9 from the field. So maybe they're going to get her involved a little bit more in the offense.
She came off the bench tonight earlier than she did last night, and I assume that's the reason, the strong performance yesterday. She was really good, in particular, on long two-pointers. Here's Steinkamp. Rockford bench was looking for a travel, didn't get it. Steinkamp out. Ellis for three. No good. Rebound fought for. Turnus was there. Hastings as well. Colmenares with it now for Rockford. Both teams switching up the uniforms that they wore last night. Cougars had gold on. Regents had gray. Clark for three. Came up just short. Jaylene Wade, another rebound. And we've seen this with Tara Hastings, but Wade, another guard who looks like she's headed for double digits in rebounding. Steinkamp left wide open, and she hits a dagger from three.
Can't do that one. Steinkamp, one of the hotter shooting guards on this team. And again, I think she's a walking bucket. She just found her shot, and she had a season high, career high last night of 25 points.
Colmenares trying to get to the basket. Turnus, got in the way, and she's going to pick up a foul. That is Janie's first and the team's first of the second quarter. And with that three, Bailey Steinkamp right where she found herself most of last night, top of the scoring chart in the game. She's got 5. And checking in now for Michaela Ellis is number 34, Lauren Sayla. So let's see if she can continue to make a big defensive impact like she did the first time she was on the floor. This is Kraus for three, no good. Rebound by Maybain, puts it back up and is fouled. Fouls on number 13, Bailey Steinkamp, her second, team second. Another sub, this is Dasani Hanna returning to the game, and she will replace Colmenares. Meanwhile, checking in for the first time today is number 15, Macy Klein, replacing Steinkamp.
I think the one thing we want to see and notice in the box score, too, Regents now have 7 offensive rebounds. At the beginning of the game, Cougars were the one that were commanding the offensive side of the board, but now it seemed to have flipped.
Maybain hits the first free throw. Macy Klein, who just subbed in. If you're familiar with our men's basketball broadcasts, you'll know that Macy often joins us on those. Maybain hits both free throws. Cougars lead by 1 here early in the second quarter. Wade. Sayla, top of the key. Looking down low, this is Turnus, trying to get position. Back up for Hastings. Klein. Wade. Sayla backing down in the post. Sayla turning off the glass. In and out. Chasing down the rebound, but Maybain gets there first. Nene Clark again running the point. Sub getting ready for Rockford. Maybain. Back here for Kraus. Driving the baseline. Kraus is denied by Sayla. No. A foul is called there. Ref's going to say the body beat the hand. That is Lauren's second, team's third of the second quarter. Checking in for the first time today is number 10, Willie Mae Brooks for the Regents. And to the line goes Amber Kraus to shoot 2. Her first free throws of the season. The first of which is good. Kraus 1 of 2. Klein catching and shooting for 3. No good. Rebound fought for. And we've got a jump ball between Hannah and Sayla. It will be Rockford ball on this occasion, as checking in is number 14, Mackenzie Strawlin, to replace Janie Turnus. Maybain lost her dribble there and was caught for a second. Kiara Stevens. Brooks driving. Brooks has it taken away by Wade. Jaylene Wade, 2 players on her heels, racing the other way, does well, almost a dribble backwards, and then that's a bit of a forced pass by Klein. Brooks the other way, weaving between defenders, bounce pass, Dasani Hanna off the glass and 1. Fouls on Lauren Sala, her 3rd, team's 4th.
And that throws a real big hitch in your game plan if you're Coach Martin, because now Sala has 3 fouls. Jackson, her substitute, has 2 fouls. So now you're down. Potentially, you might see Sala not play for a while if you're Coach Martin.
Full timeout by the Cougars, who are in a tough spot foul-wise, and now a bit of a tough spot on the scoreboard. .7:13 to go here in the opening half. Cougars 12, Regents 14. Alex Campbell and Carter Gledhill with you from Geisman Gymnasium at Concordia University, Chicago. Second game between these two teams in as many days. Dasani Hanna going to the free throw line here with a shot at a 3-point play. Lauren Sala stays in the game with 3 fouls.
Now this is going to be a tough moment here for the freshman. She's got to be real smart here. So now you might see that Hannah's going to keep trying to feed it in, because if you get 4 fouls, that's going to be a huge, huge blow for the Cougars.
Free throw is no good. Chloe Schafsma has checked in at the scorer's table, so maybe I've spoke too soon. Jaylene Wade. Concordia, again, they're still in a bit of a funk. That 3 from Steinkamp, really the only exception. Another 3-second violation is called.
That's Sala's 4th 3.
Excuse me, no, that's going to be a foul that's called. They called a foul there on Lauren Sala. That's her 4th. I didn't see much contact. The refs are clearly really watching the play in the post. Mackenzie Strawlin was convinced it was 3 seconds against her.
Yeah, I that was so quick. I didn't even see it. I just thought 3-4. But that's a really, really not something you want to see from a freshman. At the same time, though, that's huge if you're Coach Martin, because now what do? You have to find some other way to change your offensive plan.
And we've got another one of these fouls. What is going on? Number 12, Kiara Stevens picks up a foul. And watching the game last night, this is not how last night was refereed. And I don't mean to be harsh on the refs, but this is a very different sort of game that's being imposed so far today than what we watched yesterday.
Yeah, last night was a little bit more aggressive. I think on both teams now, who's going to be the first one to answer and who's going to be the one to change their offensive scheme, because obviously the game plan for this was trying to be aggressive in the paint. Well, both teams are going to have a little bit of trouble with this right now with the fouls. I think the Cougars have a better chance of doing this, though, because they're a better shooting team and they have more movement on their offensive side of the ball.
It may come down to the Cougars' stronger three-point shooting. Schafsma spinning, trying to get to the basket, nowhere to go. Bounce pass, knocked away. Ball is still loose and is picked up by Brooks. Racing the other way come the Regents. Brooks slowing things up to avoid defenders. Brooks loses the dribble, diving to the floor when Tara Hastings' ball is still loose. Jump ball called. And it's going to stay with the Regents. No, it's Cougars' ball.
Something you don't want to see either. It looks like Tara Hastings got up and she's shaken up.
Hastings went diving in there, and I think her arm got rolled over.
Yeah, she was down on the ground first, and then as the Rockford player rolled over, I think that's where we see she's holding her shoulder.
Doesn't look like her arm dislocated, but something could certainly have been hyperextended. We hope that Tara's okay, being walked off to the side. For now, though, back into the game comes Michaela Ellis. Wade looking for somewhere to go. I think she wanted Strawlin in the post, but it wasn't there. Steinkamp spinning out. Ellis still 10 to shoot. Ellis faking, going. Another foul is called on the floor. And the foul this time is on Amber Kraus. That's her first, team's 3rd. And I think really the thing is, Carter, every time the whistle goes, all 10 players turn in bewilderment because no one knows who the foul's on.
I mean, one thing right now Rockford's doing is they're putting Willie Mae Brooks on Bailey Steinkamp. They're going to lock her down because right now there's no other offensive threat besides Steinkamp for the Rockford defense.
Steinkamp kicking to the corner. This is Ellis for three. No good. Rebound by number 14, Lexi Perez, who's into the game for the first time. Rockford already dipping heavily into their bench in this first half. This is Stevens for three, and it's good. Kiara Stevens from downtown.
And if you were going to think Rockford was going to let you forget that they lost by 20, now look at them coming back. They're riding a high, and their bench is ecstatic as they have a 5-point lead in the second.
Ellis down the lane, awkward floater, no good. Rebound fought for, pulled down by Perez. The Cougars not getting great looks at the moment. Brooks, Stevens. Guarded by Ellis. Stevens off the glass and good. Surprised she pulled up from there, but it's another basket for Rockford, who are on a roll right now, and they lead by 7. Ellis driving, trying to make something happen, gets to the basket, and one. Michaela Ellis finds a spark out of nowhere and will go to the line for a 3-point play.
You see Rockford's coach, Taylor Stinson, asking the ref, what was that? It looked like soft contact, but that's what you need right now is Michaela Ellis with that shot. Your team was just down. You needed a basket, and you needed to chill on the momentum, that the swing that was happening.
And Ellis converts the 3-point play. 4-point lead for the Regents. PA just called out that foul was on Amber Krause. That's her second. Krause. Perez. Kiara Stevens. Goes inside. And here goes Hannah again. Dasani Hannah took a lot of steps there. No travel is called. The basket's no good anyway. Ellis. Will she try to just drive again and make something happen? She will. Ellis inside, handing off to Strawlin, and a foul is called. Good work again by Michaela Ellis, finding a teammate in a good position this time. Strawlin will shoot 2.
Well, good move there by Strawlin, too. She was posted up on Hannah inside the paint, but then as soon as she saw Ellis come into the paint, she vacated, went opposite side, and that's when she was able to get the slip pass and go up and get fouled.
Not sure who the foul was on yet, waiting on the call of that. Strawlin, 1 of 2 from the line so far this season. Hits the first. Foul was on Lexi Perez, her first, team's 5th. Both teams in the bonus now for the remaining 4:15 of the opening half. Strawlin hits both free throws. Back into the game for Strawlin comes number 25, Janie Turnus, one of the freshmen on this Cougar squad. Turnus from Oak Lawn, Illinois.
Big possession here coming for the Cougars. A stop would be extremely helpful in their play for the rest of the quarter.
Corner for Perez. That pass is knocked away. Wade has Steinkamp with her. Late pass, Steinkamp off the glass. Doesn't get the roll, but gets her own rebound. Back out, Hastings back into the game. No good. Perez the rebound. Good to see Tara Hastings back out on the floor, though, after a bit of a scary moment a few minutes ago. Inside, that's looking for Dasani Hannah. Goes diving after it. That's got to be an offensive foul or a travel. It is. They're going to call a foul on Kiara Stevens. That's her second. Fouls continue to pile up here in the second quarter. Cougars with a chance here to tie or take the lead. Schofsma cuts toward the baseline, back to Steinkamp. Watched by Stevens. Wade, think it went off her shoe, loose ball on the floor. Ball is still loose, and a jump ball will stay with the Cougars. Something to note, the possession arrow up on the scoreboard has not changed after the last 2 jump balls. So I think the Cougars just got 2 jump balls in a row, and they'll take it. No one on the Rockford side of things is arguing. Inside for Turnus, handing off. Hastings going to the basket, and a foul is called.
Good recognition there by Turnus, understanding that she wasn't going to get the shot with Hannah on her back, so just hand it off to Tara. And again, she's rubbing her shoulder right there, but Hastings, again, it's a spark plug of the offense. She's an energetic guard, and she's one of those scorers that you need if you're going to keep going in this game.
Hastings hits the first free throw.
One more for Hastings.
1 of 2 from the line. Stevens looking inside. Here's Dasani Hannah again. Turnus is the defender this time. Hannah doesn't get the roll. Steinkamp the rebound. Janie Turnus doing what she had to there. Here's Chloe Shasma quickly the other way. Shasma off the glass, no good. Rebound was last off the head of Amber Krause. A nice head pat indication there from the referee. More subs here for Rockford. Coming in are number 32, Nev Yerk, number 44, Pamela Colmenares, and number 23, Shea Stevens. And here for Turnus, Steinkamp. Inside, Wade has position, nowhere to go. Outside, Shasma, catch and shoot for 3, no good. Janie Turnus the offensive rebound. Steinkamp, 5 to shoot. Still Bailey Steinkamp, running out of time. Steinkamp will take it herself, and she is fouled.
Great offensive sequence there for the Cougars. I like the one thing that they're doing well, they're still staying aggressive. All these fouls are being called, and I think they're the one team that's taking the pro side of this with all the fouls. They're going to the free throw line and drawing the fouls on Rockford.
Steinkamp hits the first. Foul was on number 32, Nev Yerk. Her second. Steinkamp's second free throw upcoming. Steinkamp now with 7 points. Cougars back into the lead here with 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Yerk, who hit a couple jumpers early in the game. Out here for Clark. Clark driving, pulling up, baseline, jumper is good. Nene Clark.
Well, we've called her name a lot today, but the first time she's got a basket associated with it. We see just a nice little 15-footer on the right side.
That pass was behind Turnus. Clark the other way. 1-on-2, going herself. Doesn't get the layup there. Contact, no foul. Seems everybody's kind of confused right now in the game. What is a foul and what isn't? Tara Hastings for 3 is good. Number 2 for 3. Krause. Yerk. Stevens. Looking to kick to Colmenares. Defense by Steinkamp. Colmenares driving. No shot. Traveling violation called.
And you see there was a little confrontation on the right side of the bench by head coach Taylor Stinson and the referee over there. I think the one reason why we did not see a basket or a foul called on Nene Clark was the Euro step. She faded away instead of going into the contact, and I think the referee saw that.
.90 seconds left here in the first half. Lots of defensive contact there. Chloe Shasma's open, though. Shasma cutting to the basket. Runner off the glass. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound is loose. Turnus and Shasma both there, but ultimately Yerk gets it, and then they're going to call a foul there on Janie Turnus. Not a jump ball. That's Turnus's first.
And that's not a good foul right there, because now you get the bonus and you get to send Rockford to the line. This is one of the fouls as a coach you don't like seeing. It's aggressive, but you're far away from the basket. It's not a smart play.
Turnus to the bench, replaced by Michaela Ellis. And Nev Yerk will shoot 2.
At the line for the Regents, number 32, Nev Yerk.
Yerk, 1 of 2 from the line so far this year. Last year was 4th in the conference in rebounding per game. Misses the first shot here. Again, she's the only returning player for this Rockford squad. And spent much of last year injured, but did play 16 times in the second half of the season. 1 of 2 from the line here. 1 point game. Wade, back, Ellis, straight away, 4-3. No good, rebound is loose. Steinkamp comes up with it. Ellis. Handing to Wade. High pressure defense here from Rockford. Steinkamp looking to slice through. It does. Runner. Not sure how that didn't go in. Ball is loose and picked up by Clark. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Nene Clark will slow things up on this possession for Rockford. They do have a chance here to go 2 for 1 if they're quick. Stevens for 3. No good. Wade has 2 defenders closing in. And it's still going to be Cougars ball. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 27 on the shot.
Look for the Cougars here to try to wind the clock down as much as possible, get one shot off, and leave Rockford with that little time left on the clock.
Jaylene Wade again running point. Concordia spreading out the floor here. Steinkamp and Hastings are the best shooters. They're in the corners. Here's Ellis, though, on the block off the glass, and good. Maybe defense had their heads turned toward the 3. Michaela Ellis takes advantage. Shot clock is off. Cougars by 3. 11 seconds, 10. Nene Clark again, dribbling this down. 6, 5, still Clark. Over now. For 3 is Maybain, and it's all the way around, no good. Buzzer goes, and a foul is going to be called. We have a foul called. The quarter isn't over. The question is, who's it on? And was it before the buzzer?
Well, one thing that you see from there, that was a wide open shot that we just saw from Rockford. Nobody was in the area. We had to see Michaela Ellis run out from the bottom.
Fouls on number 23, Shay Stevens. And so with no time on the clock, the Cougars are going to get to shoot 2 free throws.
Fouls on number 32.
Excuse me, on 32, Nev Yerk, her third.
Looks like they're going to put some time back on the clock here.
They have to, but the question is it going to be something like 0.1 or 0.2 seconds just for technical reasons, and they'll let Chloe Schosma shoot the free throws.
One thing we do not have at the D3 level, we don't have video replay, so we can't go over to the monitor. We go over to the scores table, and we say, I don't know what I saw. What did you see?
And there it is. They're going to put 0.1 seconds on the clock, so the clock basically doesn't matter. Chloe Schosma is going to shoot 2 free throws, and whether they go in or not, the half will end immediately after the second one. Confusion ongoing here. Dasani Hanna checks back in. They're going to put 1.2, so in theory, if the rebound went to the Cougars on a miss on the second free throw, they could have a chance to put it back up.
I'm going to play devil's advocate with you, too. You never know. Rebound pops down for Rockford. We could see a football pass going into the other side. Very unlikely, but you never know.
I think we'd have to alert Sports Center if that happened. Anyway, 2 shots. Chloe Schofsma. First is no good. So at the end of the second quarter here, Carter, 25-22, a similarly low-scoring game to last night. Any really surprises for you so far? As Schofsma misses them both, sorry to cut you off. Nev Yerk gets the rebound. That will end the second quarter, but quickly here before we go to break. Instant reactions to that first half. Cougars up 3, but they certainly wish they'd have more than 25 on the board.
I think the Cougars, they let Rockford back into the game. I think it was at the beginning of the second quarter, we see a little bit of the tempo shift away from Concordia to Rockford. As long as Concordia still plays tempo on the offensive side and works good passes around the perimeter to score, I think they'll have this game in the bag. But again, they have to be smart with the basketball.
Concordia came out of the halftime break very strong last night. Can they do the same today at the break again? It is Cougars 25, Regents 22. We'll be back in a bit with thoughts on the second half and tip-off of that second half coming right up. Welcome back here. Alex Campbell and Carter Gledhill at Geisman Gymnasium here at CUC in Carter. A really defensive first half, similar to what we saw last night. It feels like this game is just waiting for someone to take it over. Bailey Steinkamp and Tara Hastings kind of both did that in the second half last night. And so far today, Hastings, Steinkamp, and Michaela Ellis all with 7 points. So if you had to put your money on who from the CUC squad do you think feels most likely to do tonight what Steinkamp and Hastings did last night, where are you feeling on that?
I'm going to say I think Michaela Ellis, and the reason why is because she's playing this aggressive style of basketball right now where she's challenging Rockford at the elbows and pushing into the paint and getting those shots. They haven't been falling for her as much right now in this game, but I think that aggressive side of play that she has is going to be what's going to drive Concordia going forward on the offensive side. Because once you do that, then the shots from Steinkamp and Hastings in the corners and on the extended shot will be able to go in and get more open looks.
On the other side, 7 different players have contributed to Rockford's 22 points. Freshman Dasani Hannah was a big story last night. Do you think we're going to see Rockford keep going to that well again here in the second half, keep trying to draw fouls?
Well, I think they might as well. Lauren Sala, she's out of the game right now with 4 fouls, so that was a big concern because she went down in the beginning of the second quarter. And at the same time, too, Kayla Jackson's got 2 fouls. So your next person that you're going to go to if you're Coach Martin is Kate Johnson. And she hasn't had as much playing time and experience. But, again, I think Rockford just keeps going at it because we've seen already these refs are not afraid to blow the whistle at all and call a foul.
Total in that first half, 23 total fouls called as we're going to turn the camera back around here for the start of the second half. 25-22, the lead for the Cougars. On the floor for the Cougars to start things off here in the second half are Tara Hastings, Jaylene Wade, Bailey Steinkamp, Mackenzie Strolin, and Chloe Schaafsma. For Rockford, it is Nene Clark, Audrina Terhune, Shay Stevens, Dasani Hannah, and Nev Yerk.
We talked about the career game that Bailey Steinkamp had last night. Cooled off those 7 points. She's 2 of 7 from the field. So Rockford obviously made some adjustments on their game last night to help improve their chances.
Terhune, guarded by Wade. Terhune cutting to the lane through some contact, too strong off the glass. Ball's tied up. No shots. Traveling violation. We've seen that a few times. The freshman Dasani Hannah's got some quick feet and on occasion just takes a few too many steps.
And that's one of those heat of the moment where you just lose sight of it. But, again, she's going to be the one right around the basket that Rockford's going to try to go to, or she's going to try to get the board.
See Bailey Steinkamp backing down there. She's a guard, but she will try to get some play in the post. Hastings. Down low, here's Strolin going to work on Hannah. No, kicking out. Hastings, corner, 3, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Dasani Hannah.
Surprised I saw Bailey Steinkamp in working the post. Not usually accustomed to seeing that, as she's the one that's usually bringing the ball up or shooting from the wing.
We saw that a bit last night, too. Again, outside of Hannah, there's really no true forwards out there. I guess Nev Yerk could be one with her height, but generally it's a pretty outside game for Rockford, and a foul is called. That's a really late whistle. That whistle didn't come until after the ball was through the basket, but nevertheless, it's a 3-point play opportunity. Going to the line is Nene Clark.
Well, the athletic ability by Nene Clark, she was going right side and then just extending. Not as much height as 5'2", but she was still able to get that left arm up. And just like you, I was surprised that foul was called. That was a late whistle.
Chloe Schaafsma picks up her first foul as Nene Clark hits the free throw, and we are tied at 25. Jaylene Wade trying to create off the dribble, into the lane, off the glass, and just doesn't get the roll. But I like the aggressiveness. I like the decision-making there from Jaylene Wade, as this is Nev Yerk the other way for Rockford. Yerk to the middle, kicking out, knocked away. Hastings, open floor in front of her. Clark trying to track her down. Hastings off the glass and good on the break.
Hastings now 3 steals on the game, and that's one thing she's good at, those cross-court passes. She just extends out and is able to get the fingertips on it and extend for another layup.
Nene Clark again running point here to start the second half. Nowhere to go. Directing traffic. Still 12 to shoot though. Shea Stevens. Nev Yerk and Dasani Hanna ran into each other there. Yerk will try a three and it's good out of nothing. Nev Yerk from downtown. Puts the Regents back into the lead. Steinkamp crossing over, defended there by Stevens, who gets the ball away, and then Hastings inadvertently knocks it into Terhune's path. Terhune the other way and lays it in, and it's 2 points for the Regents. And against a team with a low shooting percentage like Rockford has, if you're the Cougars, you can't afford free baskets like that.
And right now, Rockford's riding an energy high. We saw them do this in the middle of the second quarter. Cougars have to find an answer right now early in the third.
Timeout, Cougars. We'll take a quick break. It's the Regents by 3. .7:39 left in the third quarter. Cougars now trail by 3 after leading by 3 at halftime. 7-2 so far in favor of the Regents on the scoreboard here in the third. If you were joining us late, it's senior day. You missed a really heartwarming introduction for number 10, Kayla McLeod. Team manager and resident only senior on the roster. Corner, Strawlin, she'll try a three, no good. Bailey Steinkamp was there for the rebound, but running away with the ball is Nene Clark. 3-on-2, Clark all the way, off the glass, and one!
That's the second time we've seen the Cougars try to run that corner play and have missed on an opportunity. But again, Nene Clark is just the explosive speed coming around. That was crazy.
Fouls on number 14, Mackenzie Strawlin, her first, and she's taken out for Ellis. A bit of an exchange there between Nene Clark and some fans here on the near side. Clark completes her second three-point play of the third quarter, and is a 6-point lead for the Regents.
Who's going to step up here for the Cougars to make a play? And it's got to be someone soon. It's got to be Ellis, or it's got to be another big-time player like Hastings.
We haven't seen the sort of shooting we did last night. Is that an offensive foul? It is, and they're going to call it, I think, on Chloe Schaafsma. I thought maybe they were going to get Wade for a push-off on the dribble. That's another off-the-ball foul. No, it's on Steinkamp, her third. And another instance where no one seemed to know who the foul was on. It's been a very tightly called game, and as I said, 2 of the 3 officials tonight refereed last night's game, which had a very different feel, and that's Nev Yerk with the baseline jumper.
Rockford now out to a 10-0 run at the start this third quarter.
Ellis will try a three. That's off the mark. Nothing working right now for the Cougars. The other way, here's Dasani Hanna working on the block. Ellis goes down. No foul call. No, we are going to get a foul. It's an offensive foul. It's the official on the far side, and that is the complaint of head coach Taylor Stinson that someone closer didn't call it. The foul is on number 5, Dasani Hanna, her second. Excuse me, no, that's her. Oh. The PA said third foul. I have 2. We got another whistle, and this is another offensive foul. I think it's going to be for a moving screen. It is. It's Chloe Schaafsma this time, and a lot of whistles.
A lot of whistles, a lot of turnovers. Which team's going to capitalize? Again, the Cougars have not had any chance to set up a real offense, and when they have, they've had the open looks and haven't been able to convert the threes. Rockford's just running full head of steam right down the middle of the paint every time they get the ball.
Terhune is blocked by Ellis. And then a foul. We're going to go the other way. Trying to see if the fouls on. Looked like the referee put fingers up on both hands, but I thought the
24,
Terhune picks up the foul. She wasn't even particularly need to play. It's just been hard to foul tonight, Carter, with what contact qualifies as a foul and what doesn't. Wade, screen from Ellis. Wade will drive, kicking out to Hastings. Hastings into the lane, was looking for Shasma, and an offensive foul is called after the pass was intercepted. Fouls on Tara Hastings, her second, team's fifth.
I mean, we might as well drop the WWE cage right now with all these fouls being called right now, but the offensive fouls being called by both teams, it's just crazy, Alex.
Teams combined for 23 fouls in the first half. They're on their way to topping that here in the second. We've already seen 7. We haven't even played half the third quarter. Clark again. Yerk again on the baseline. Out here for Stevens, looking to split defenders, and she took a step before the ball hit the floor. Back into the game. First time in the second half is Macy Klein. She'll replace Chloe Schaafsma. It's an 8-point lead for the Regents. They have outscored the Cougars 13-2 so far here in the third quarter. And that qualifies as an offensive explosion for a team that is currently averaging under 45 points per game on the season.
Well, I mean, last night, too, it was the same exact thing that happened, but they just had the 8 and 23 on them.
Hastings for 3, and all those shots were going in last night, and they just haven't tonight. Clark up against Hastings. Ball was loose there for a second. Keeps her pivot foot well. Terhune trying to get away here from Wade. Terhune driving, kicking. Stevens, long two, off the glass. Banks open for her. It's good. This might already be the high-scoring quarter of the season for Rockford. They've only played 3 games so far coming into today. They've been blown out in all 3. Going down was Jaylene Wade. Another foul is called. Fouls on number 23, Shea Stevens, her second. Team's third. And checking in is Janie Turnus for the Cougars. She will replace Michaela Ellis. Hastings to inbound. Jaylene Wade. She'll try the baseline jumper, and it's good. First basket in a while, courtesy of Jaylene Wade. Man, did the Cougars need that, Carter. Maybe that can give them a little boost.
Just a simple shot right there. That's all you need. Jaylene Wade getting her first bucket of the night, and that's going to just get the offense going, hopefully, for the Cougars.
More or less quadruple teamed there is Hannah. She'll throw it off the glass, no good. Rebound fought for, and that was a 3-on-1 battle in Concordia's favor. Steinkamp gets the board and brings it up the floor. Steinkamp, full steam ahead down the lane, off the glass, and good. And that's what the Cougars need. Bailey Steinkamp going direct, and it pays off.
Well, this game has been built on momentum shifts and energy, and it's going to be right now the Cougars have a slight advantage with those back-to-back baskets, and you got to make a good defensive stop here if you're CUC.
Clark will try a rare 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Yerk, and she lays it back in. Nev Yerk's got 12 points.
I mean, Nev Yerk, one of those players that came into this game with 1 point on the year, and now she has 12, and that's just the perfect positioning, and it just fell right in her lap.
Displaying that upperclassman leadership. The junior into the paint. Klein, Turnus, outside. Hastings, Wade, looking inside. Here's Turnus, working against Hannah. Contact, no foul. The other way now comes Clark. Nene Clark will pull up with a jumper for 2 all the way around. I think that hit every part of the rim. It hit the backboard, and then it went through the net.
Good awareness there by Nene Clark as well, just understanding Hastings is going to beat her to the block, so she pulls up and shoots from the elbow.
It's a 10-point lead for the Regents. It'll be interesting to see how they handle this situation. They haven't had a lead like this year yet. And this is, again, a new group of players. How will they cope with being ahead in this game? Steinkamp, step back for 3 is no good. Rebound fought for, secured by Hannah. Burning some clock here at the beginning of this possession with a double-digit lead. Rockford now has the clock as an ally. Terhune taking her time before making a move. Kicking here. Nene Clark will step into another three. This one also no good. Rebound fought for. Steinkamp comes up with it. She's got Macy Klein ahead of her and Tara Hastings. Steinkamp all the way. Kicking out. Klein thought about the three into the lane. Through some contact and a foul. Nodding there was Nev Yerk. So that's an incident there, Carter, where a player commits a foul, knew they committed the foul, and had nothing to say about it.
Well, I'm happy to see the Cougars have a good transition there, too. Kicking it out to Klein in the corner, and Klein, a three-point shooter, didn't have the open shot, but he was able to try to shimmy around the defender and is going to the line for a shot for two.
Scorer's table says that's her third. I had it as her fourth foul, but either way, Macy Klein will go to the line and shoot two. First one's no good. Macy's had her struggles so far this season from the free throw line. Looking to come away with one of two here. And she does. 9-point lead with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter for the Regents. Amber Krause and Pamela Colmenares have checked into the game. Colmenares. Back for Clark. Stevens. Baseline, Stevens into Turnus. Contact, then knocked away by Nev Yerk. It will be Cougars basketball as back into the game after a short breather comes Jaylene Wade.
And one thing you got to be aware of at all times right now, if you're the Cougars, is where Nev Yerk is. Because I've seen her fly around the ball on every time a shot's been going up for Rockford. That's something you have to be aware of and be cautious of as well, because she's the reason why she's got 12 points and all these boards.
Cougars looking to close the gap and shorten the task they have for the fourth quarter. Down low, Ellis, jumper from the baseline, and another smart shot. You talked about that with Ellis a few minutes ago, taking what's given to her.
Again, she understood it, and she flared a little bit out instead of going right in, and good vision, though, by Hastings, not throwing a dart, but lobbing it right over the defender.
Timeout called, a full timeout by Rockford. Maybe they feel that momentum starting to slip away again, and they want to get a hold of things. We'll take a quick break. 1:19 to go here in the third quarter. Cougars clawing their way back. $1:19 to go. Alex Campbell, Carter Gledhill, thanks for spending your Saturday evening with us the day before Valentine's Day. Got any fun plans tomorrow?
Yes, watching college basketball and eating a whole pizza in my dorm room while doing homework.
Attaboy. School is important. Stay in school, kids. Cougars trail by 7. 1:19 to go here in the third. And again, we've talked about, Carter, this has been a game of momentum swings. You got a sense going into that timeout that maybe Concordia had it back. See what Rockford can do to try to wrangle it in their favor. They certainly had it for most of this third quarter.
Yeah, I think the Cougars just settled down a little bit more, and they've been trusting of the offense.
Well, there's a basket. Lamaya Maybang. And we got a stop. We got a whistle. And a foul is being called on number 44, Pamela Colmenares. I'm not sure what for.
It was a delay of game warning against number 44.
Okay, so delay of game warning.
Yeah, this is because she hit the ball back and she didn't let it go.
So if there's a second one of those, we would see a technical foul. This is a real foul. It's going to be called on Nene Clark. That is her first, team's fifth, and we will have free throws for Tara Hastings. This is the position you want to be in now if you're the Cougars, a player like Hastings going to the line.
At the line for the Cougars, number 2,
And that's why.
Hastings makes post 43-36.
75% free throw shooter on the year, and it's going to come down to it, Alex. Both these teams have had their struggles from the charity stripe. Which one's going to get the most rewards at the end of the game?
It's a 7-point game right now. The clock ticking down. 35 seconds left here in the third. Big defensive possession for the Cougars. Yerk will try the three. No good. Rebound by Ellis. No need to rush here. 23 seconds still. Cougars can run a fairly normal possession, although it looks like Ellis is going to clear everybody out. She's got Lamaya Maybane one-on-one right now. 12 seconds. 10. And here goes Ellis. Screen from Turnus. Still Ellis all the way. Kicking out. Jaylene Wade. 5 to shoot. 4. Wade on the run. All the way around, and it goes. And the buzzer sounds to end the third quarter. A stop on one end, a basket on the other. Just the end of the quarter. The Cougars were looking for small steps toward trying to get back-to-back W's. They'll go to the fourth, trailing by 5. Fourth quarter about to get underway, and Carter, we were talking about how we felt this game was balanced. We felt right now it's pretty 50-50 who's going to come out on top here. Cougars got a little stronger toward the end of that third quarter.
Yeah. So you mentioned Rockford hasn't been in this position where they've had a lead a lot of times. 5 points isn't a lot, but this is something that the Cougars have been doing a lot this year, is that they've been down a lot and they've chipped away. Now, the point for the Cougars is a little bit and going to be just enough today to come back in this win.
Tara Hastings saw her get more involved in that third. Turnus drawing defenders, kicks out. Jaylene Wade for 3. No good. Rebound by Yerk. That's her 9th. She's got 12 points, so a double-double firmly in her sights. Nene Clark, as usual, directing traffic. Closely guarded by Tara Hastings. Yerk, baseline, travel. Pressure put on there by Bailey Steinkamp, forcing the mistake.
And good job by Steinkamp getting around the screen that was sent by Amber Krause. She got around it, and that's why you saw the travel there by Nev Yerk, is that she was just contested in the face.
Jaylene Wade, who created that final basket of the third quarter. Now Bailey Steinkamp has a screen from Turnus. Steinkamp thought about the step-back 3, but had a taller defender standing in front of her. Nice pass. Hastings to Ellis off the glass. What a feed by Hastings. The finish by Ellis. And that's more of what we saw all night last night from Tara Hastings at guard.
It's the same play that we saw 2 possessions before the end of the third quarter. It's the pick, and then it's a roll by Ellis, and just rotating down instead of floating around, went right to the basket.
Ellis and Hastings now tied with 11 points each to lead the Cougars. Clark back. This is Maybane. No good. High rebound pulled down by Janie Turnus. Now here's Ellis the other way. The Cougars have been effective in transition when they've gone quickly. Ellis, players closing in, and she gives the ball away.
Yeah, that was not a probable outcome if you were Michaela Ellis right there with 3 Rockford defenders around you.
Clark to the basket over Wade, couldn't get it to go. And I think on that last possession for Ellis, she just kind of got caught in the middle. She couldn't decide whether she wanted to slow up and reset or charge the basket. And in the process, it didn't work out, but that's Tara Hastings from downtown. And a timeout is called. 30-second timeout by Rockford. Momentum feels like it's shifting now, Carter. And Tara Hastings, who was one of the players of the night last night, has found that same form here to start the fourth.
Ride the wave. That's what the Cougars have been doing this entire game, and they've got the momentum on their side. And you and I talked about in the break, if the Cougars could just stick to what they were running in practice, the set plays, and the offense that's run by Coach Martin when you're in the timeouts on the little whiteboard, you're set. And that's exactly what they're doing. And they're playing smart transition basketball, too. We're seeing a lot of good shots coming from one pass in the transition, and that was a great example there by Tara.
43-43, just under 8 minutes to go here in this game. And what it would mean for Concordia not only to get back-to-back wins, but to get a win here on Senior Day. Yes, if you've enjoyed our women's basketball broadcasts over the last few weeks, this is our last one. There is more men's basketball to come here from Concordia, but the current schedule has the Cougars playing 2 doubleheaders on the road to end their regular season. It is possible, depending on seeding, that we could see them back here for the NAC Conference Tournament. So keep an eye out on all our social media channels for info about upcoming games for the Cougars. Plenty of exciting sports coming up in the spring as well, including the fall sports that never got played due to COVID-19 cancellations. We'll have a very busy schedule here on the Cougars YouTube page. We've got a whistle and a travel.
Good job by Michaela Ellis there on the ball. Hands up, and then that forced Dasani Hanna to try to go around her, and then that second pivot, you can't do that.
Cougars with a chance to take the lead back for the first time since early in the third quarter. Bailey Steinkamp into the lane, through traffic, the runner's off the glass. No good. Rebound pulled down by Terhune. Excuse me, that is Shea Stevens, 23 rather than 24. Rockford might need to innovate here. Nev Yerk, who's got the ball right now, has been their best offensive outlet tonight. Here is Dasani Hanna looking to drive. Hanna, double team. Out to Clark, 4 to shoot. Clark's out of time. Clark's got to pull up. That's blocked by Tara Hastings. Buzzer sounds, but play goes on. Concordia have the ball ahead. This is Hastings trying to get in behind the defense. Kicking out. Bailey Steinkamp into the lane. Turnus runs down the lane and scores. Excellent passing there. Hastings to Steinkamp to Turnus for 2.
Quick passes and finding the holes in the defense. Good job by the Cougars again in transition to get another good basket.
Inside, this is Dasani Hanna. Lots of steps again. It's another travel.
I think Hannah's just feeling the pressure right now from the Cougars defense, because as soon as that ball enters the post, they're all crashing, and she's trying to make something out of nothing in those situations. Back-to-back turnovers for Rockford.
Probably the biggest thing we've seen in terms of an adjustment from last night to tonight is the way the Cougars have defended Dasani Hanna in the post. They lead by 2. Energy being felt here in Geisman. It's a small crowd, but that's still a huge advantage here in these times when players have gotten used to no crowds at all. Steinkamp crossing over into the lane. Bailey Steinkamp down the lane. The runner is good. Bailey Steinkamp.
Bum ankle or not, Bailey Steinkamp is still quick off the ball. And again, she's just a quick crossover to an open lane and an open basket.
Terhune will try to drive. She'll kick out. This is Stevens for 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Ellis. Pass ahead. Steinkamp all the way across. Hastings catch and shoot for 3. It's good.
Oh,
and a foul.
my goodness. Oh, my.
Tara Hastings. A 4-point play potentially upcoming. The shot is good. 3 shots upcoming. The foul is on number 3, Nene Clark. That's her second. My goodness. This game has been flipped on its head, and Tara Hastings, a driving force of that here in the fourth.
I mean, that pass from across the court into the left corner. I mean, you got to be kidding me, Tara Hastings.
And she completes the 4-point play. You won't see that every day and suddenly it is the Cougars by 8. It is a 12-0 run to start the fourth, a 14-0 run overall. Full timeout by Rockford. It is all Cougars right now here in River Forest. We'll take a quick break. What a fourth quarter so far for the Cougs. All right, 5:34 to go here. Exciting last few minutes here at Geisman. 51-43, the Cougars lead. A 14-0 run for Concordia has given them this 8-point lead. Honestly, it might be even longer than that. I just remember that Jaylene Wade made that final basket of the third. Rockford hasn't scored in the fourth. They still haven't. That shot is no good, and now there goes that as and one is called. Chase Stevens gets the bucket. The shot is good. She'll go to the line. Foul is on number 25, Janie Turnus, her second, team second.
Can't get too excited about that anymore. And a good way to come out of a timeout, though, if you're Rockford. Get a good basket inside.
Three-point play is finished off. Tara Hastings now leads all scorers. She's got 18 points. Wade straight down the lane, uncontested, and those runners have been there all fourth quarter.
She's so good off the ball. Like, she just sees it, and she's got great court vision, and she's able to find the holes, and that's what makes her such a good guard and commander of the offense.
All three guards have shown in this third quarter for the Cougars how quick off the dribble they can be. Kiara Stevens. Chase Stevens. First time today they've been on the court together, and a foul is going to be called here against Bailey Steinkamp. That is her fourth. Into the line will go Chase Stevens again.
I think to go back to your point, Alex, about how the guards have showed up today, you remember at the beginning of the year, it was only Tara Hastings out there right now that we've seen, and then all of a sudden Jaylene comes, and then we also see Bailey, and that's what you've seen with the Cougars offense be so much more explosive in the transitional game and also in the front court.
First free throw was good from Stevens. No good on the second, but Dasani Hanna grabs the rebound, just throws it off the backboard, hoping for a foul. Doesn't get it. Here's Ellis, rushing the other way. 3-on-3 there for a moment. Kicks to the corner. Steinkamp for three. No good. Rebound is loose. Picked up by Nene Clark, who will race the other way. Clark in transition, runs right into Turnus. Loose ball. The referee signaled for a foul, then didn't, and then pointed out of bounds. It's going to be Regent's ball. Chloe Schaafsma's back in. She'll replace Bailey Steinkamp.
Give a much-needed break to Bailey Steinkamp, who has the 4 fouls, so you want to be smart here if you're Coach Martin. And Chloe Schaafsma can provide a little bit of spark on the defensive side of the ball.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Cougars. We'll take a quick break. 4:26 to go here. Alex Campbell, Carter Gledhill. This has been a fun one, Carter, here today at Geisman Gymnasium. You know, it was fun to see the Cougars win big yesterday, but, you know, they kind of coasted through that fourth quarter. Been anything but here today in the final frame. Both teams going hard at this one.
Yeah, it seemed like the first quarter was going to be another dog match with 9-9 at the end of the first. But now we've seen the Cougars explode in the fourth with 15 points to Rockford's 5 in the quarter.
Dasani Hanna working on the block. Offensive foul. Chloe Shafsma draws the charge.
Well, we said it. You bring her in for one reason, to be a defensive specialist, and what do? You put it up against the one offensive threat consistently for Rockford in Dasani Hanna, and she gets the charge.
That is Dasani Hanna's fourth foul, so that explains my Nev Yerk issue earlier. I had a foul called on Yerk that went on Hanna, so she's got 4 now. But she stays in the game with 4:11 to go. No sub checking in either. Jaylene Wade, Tara Hastings, Michaela Ellis. Trying to find space to drive, it wasn't there. Turnus, Shafsma. Hastings has the screen. Hastings will pull up for 3. No good. Rebound by Hanna. Six-point lead for the Cougars. 3:43 to go. Terhune driving. Runner. No good. We got a whistle.
Hastings a little bit late coming over to get in front.
Fouls on Tara Hastings. That's her third. And Nev Yerk checks in now for Dasani Hanna, with the 4 fouls. Yerk has 3 of her own. And to the line to shoot 2 goes Audrina Terhune. First one is a little long. And the second is good. A reminder to join us for our next broadcast here on YouTube with Concordia. It will be next Wednesday as the men's basketball team hosts Lake Forest. Shafsma gets the screen from Turnus. Back for Jaylene Wade. 13 to shoot. Another screen from Turnus. Wade pulling up for 2 off the front of the iron. Cougars going a little cold here at the moment. A chance for Rockford to close the gap.
And you can see that's why that timeout called by Coach Dinson was so important, and right out of there they got a bucket. But Rockford's still very well in this game, and they've been taking some good quality shots.
Ball was loose, and Jaylene Wade came up with it and then did well to avoid a jump ball. Hastings thought about going immediately for Shafsma, but the pass wasn't there. Encouragement now coming from the Concordia bench. Wade has Ellis going to the basket. Wade will take it herself. The runner is no good, but a foul is called. 2 shots are upcoming.
And Jaylene Wade's been doing the same thing every time she's attacking the paint. She's going to go one side and then do a quick crossover to get you on your ankles and on your heels, and then go right around and try to float one up.
Fouls on number 12, Kiara Stevens, her third, team's third. Checking in for the Regents is Pamela Colmenares. First free throw in and out from Wade. One of 2. 6-point lead. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Colmenares waiting for a screen. Stevens. To Stevens. Kiara Stevens into the lane. A foul is called and the shot goes. Another opportunity for a 3-point play for the Regents. Fouls on number 12, Chloe Shafsma. Her third. Team's 5th. And she is replaced by Bailey Steinkamp. To the line to shoot 1, Kiara Stevens. Also into the game now, number 20, Lamaya Maybane. And a chance to make this a 1-possession game here for the Regents. But the free throw is no good, and Michaela Ellis pulls down the rebound.
Cougars have to get back to what was working for them in the beginning, is running that offense. And again, they have this bag, and they can do it. They just got to get it through. Wade and Ellis is on the offensive side.
Wade kicking. Steinkamp. She'll drive now. Bailey Steinkamp to the corner. Tara Hastings is open for three, and it's good. What a shot. Tara Hastings.
I said Wade, I said Ellis, and I meant to say Tara Hastings as well on that one for a good three.
Clark jumper, no good. Ellis another rebound. But we saw it was a great dribble drive there. Foul's going to be called on Shea Stevens, her third. But the dribble drive from Bailey Steinkamp, the awareness to know where Tara Hastings was. We saw them point to each other as the ball went through. What a clutch possession there for the Cougars.
And every time on the offensive side, there's always going to be someone open in the corner under Coach Martin's offense, because if you drive, there's going to be one person to kick out as a safety valve, and Tara Hastings has found that kind of shooting stroke in this game.
7-point lead, approaching 90 seconds left in the game. Jaylene Wade burning some clock here to start this possession. 10 on the shot clock. Wade to the corner again. Turnus wasn't there. Ellis, 5 to shoot. Corner, Hastings, opposite corner, 3 again, not this time. Rebound, loose and picked up by Wade. Back out for Ellis. And a timeout is going to be called by the Cougars. Coach Martin wants to be sure here that there's not a turnover, and it's a full timeout. They're going to talk over the end game for this matchup. They're up 7, 72 seconds left. Can the Cougars see this one out? We'll take a quick break. .112 to go. Cougars by 7 in what has been a very strong fourth quarter. They have outscored Rockford 19-7 in the final frame. Cougars ball to inbound out of this timeout. 17 on the shot clock. Ellis has a screen there from Steinkamp that she won't use. Again, the Cougars running down clock. Here's Bailey Steinkamp with 7 to shoot. Steinkamp still going. Bailey Steinkamp alone, stepping through. What a play by Bailey Steinkamp.
Ooh, and she's nice with it over into the paint. What a play by Steinkamp.
Stevens with the runner, no good. Rebound is loose, pulled down by Ellis, and they got to start fouling, but a jump ball, that's smart there by number 12, Kiara Stevens, and it's going to be Regents basketball. That's a really heads-up play there immediately after the rebound to go for the jump ball rather than the foul.
Yeah, and again, it was Ellis hanging the ball a little bit too far away from her body and then just reaching in there and grabbing the ball. Rockford needs a quick shot here, and then the foul.
Stevens turning, baseline, fade away off the side of the backboard. They've got to get a foul here, and they're not fouling.
Interesting call here by Coach Stinson and not fouling. You would think you need to if you're down by 9 points.
They're going to concede here, it looks like, which, you know, a lot of teams foul when the situation is hopeless to extend the game, but I'm surprised they didn't try it just once just to see what would happen, to see if they could get one basket and maybe feel like they had a chance. Jaylene Wade, though, will happily just dribble this clock down. 5 on the shot clock. Wade runs into trouble, and that's stolen away, but there simply isn't enough time for Rockford here. The other way goes Maybane. That layup's no good. Rebound is fought for. Still loose. Coleman Aries comes up with it. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And there is the end of the game. That just seemed to go really quickly. I expected it to be harder fought in the end, but it will look a little comfortable, maybe more comfortable than it felt for the Cougars, who win this one 59-50 in Carter. That is some perseverance in the fourth quarter from Lauren Martin's squad.
Well, through a year that you've been down a lot going into the later part of the game, to be able to come back against a team like Rockford, who had your number in the beginning of the game, is really important to see with Coach Martin. And we have a little special something here, I guess, for our end of the game, or are they just going to do prayer circle?
We started the game here with something special for Kayla McLeod. I have a feeling the game might finish with it. The team normally goes back to the locker room for a post-game discussion and prayer, but they're going to stay on the court here, and we'll stay right here with this. The Cougars there. So Carter, any final thoughts here? 2 big wins, the first 2 wins of the season, only 4 games left on the schedule, and you could feel the Cougars really needed this as they roll on into some tougher opponents down the stretch.
Well, again, the guard play by Tara Hastings and Bailey Steinkamp was huge today. Both of them combined for 40 points. That was a huge part of the offense, but also, too, Michaela Ellis came on with 11 points, and she was something that was doing well, double-double for her. And so the next week when they take on Aurora on the road, this is going to be a big thing that they have to continue in practice and continue into the game against the Spartans.
So it's another win for the Cougars. We're going to take one more quick break. On the other side of this, we'll have Coach Lauren Martin's thoughts on the win. Justin. scoot in a little bit here so I'm actually in the shot.
Oh,
All right. Ready when you are. All right, we're back here now with Cougars head coach Lauren Martin. Coach, first of all, congrats on back-to-back wins on the weekend. Huge for you guys. The first thing I want to ask about, is looking at adjustments you made from last night to tonight. And a clear one was the way you defended Dasani Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Really, tonight you guys really swarmed her every time she got the ball, forcing her into a lot of mistakes, a lot of traveling turnovers. What was your message to your team on defense tonight and kind of slowing her down, knowing she was going to be the main outlet for the Regents on offense?
Well, we talked about just continuing to try to play clean defense in the post and trying not to reach too much or commit fouls that didn't need to be needed and then turning and boxing out. And she's got a really good set of skills around the basket, and we were able to kind of get more comfortable with some of those. I think the girls were ready for it. And just watching film and scouting, we knew sometimes that there'd be a chance to take a charge if that presented itself. And I know we attempted one yesterday, but we got one today in a very clutch time. And charges are something that we have a goal for each game. So, we attempted 3 yesterday, but on her, I think it was 1. But to get some today when that's a goal, I think it shows a lot from learning from one game less than 24 hours ago till now.
You guys had a big turnaround that started late in the third quarter. It led to a 14-0 run that saw you guys score the first 12 points of the fourth. What do you think turned the game around for you guys? What do you think kind of the cause, the impetus for that huge flip in the game with a couple minutes to go in the third?
I think they're still figuring themselves out a little bit, and I think there's some complacency. Sorry, I'm fresh out of coaching here, but we got kind of lackadaisical in the third quarter, and we did the same thing yesterday, but to see the grit and the perseverance, it's a word we used during the timeout, to come through and go on that run shows the lock-in and the focus that they need to have the whole time. But to finish out, if you can finish games out, you're doing a good thing, and we've been able to do that these last 2 games.
So we know last night Bailey and Tara had huge games.
Mm-hmm.
Tara was a little quiet through the first half or so of this game, but then just absolutely exploded, particularly in the fourth quarter. Ends up with 21 points, a really important weekend, not only for her, but it felt like your guards in general really started to get something going this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it. I think it's all of them did a little bit of something and a little bit of something different. I mean, Tara had a double-double yesterday. Today, she ends up scoring 21, but Jaylene gets 13 rebounds. So, I think that's part of being a teammate, is knowing that if you're succeeding somewhere over here and we need a little bit more help over here, you're there to pick them up. And Tara had 4 assists as well. She was positive assist to turnover ratio. And as a team, we were right there, 11 assists, 12 turnovers. So we want to be on the other side of that. But that's pretty good to see our young guards start seeing that kind of positivity in those areas.
Finally, before I let you go, today being senior day, I have to ask you briefly about Kayla McLeod. We heard your remarks over the PA system before the game. Can you even, in words, sum up how important a player Kayla has been to this team, despite the fact, she hasn't played a lot of minutes. It's been a couple years since we've seen her in game action, how she's continued to be such an important member of your squad?
How long do we have?
As long as you want.
No. Yeah, Kayla's special, and it's. I don't know if there's anything more you can say than she's truly special, and like I said, for the stars to align right for me to get the position at the same time she was coming back, and she's impacted my life more so than I probably impacted hers, and she has that effect on a lot of people, and. We still got some games left with her, so that's probably why I'm not as emotional yet. But it's going to be definitely a different feel without all of her good music. Like, she's the kid that she senses coach is about to get a little angry at practice if they're not doing things right, and all of a sudden, like, some of my tunes come on, and I look over at her and take a deep breath, and so she just knows me well. And it's not just me; she's looking at all those little things that people do and like, and she notes them. And it's just simply stated, she's very special.
She is indeed. And it's unfortunate to think that this is the last time we're going to see you guys here at Geisman Gymnasium this year. Maybe. We'll hopefully see you here.
Yes.
Maybe for the NAC tournament, but best of luck the rest of the way with the final games on the schedule. Thanks, everybody, so much tonight for watching. Thanks to Coach Martin for taking a few minutes. We've got a few days off coming up, but again, we'll see you next Wednesday for men's basketball. Have a good night, everyone.